Hi, Chris Williams here with Team Kuai. Today I'm going to be covering with you a very fun part of our strategy, which is the video prospecting method we're using to send out invites to potential people. A lot of what we do here at Team Kuai is giving you a toolbox of things you can use to be successful. One of them is definitely video. And for those of you that are still feeling a bit hesitant with video or still struggling with it, there's definitely this spectrum of people we work with. There are people that are kind of on this perfectionist side that want everything to be just perfect, and there's other people that kind of have fear and inhibition about technology. To those of you that are perfectionists, you've just got to understand this is version 1 of your video outreach method, right? So where this idea came from is in my professional career, I started doing kind of video introductions to people. I would actually make a video of me introducing myself and saying, hey, I'm Chris and this is my business that I'm doing. And what it did is it kind of took away the sting of trying to like directly talk to someone in kind of a more businessy way. It made it easier for people to be relaxed and receive my information without prejudging what I was going to do. Sometimes people have what's called the flight or fight response, meaning if you come at them and say, hey, I want to talk to you about something, they either want to fight you or they want to flee. So by doing a video, it kind of unwires this hardwired fight or flight response so people can just watch it in the comfort of wherever they are and view your information. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take out your smartphone, you're going to open up the camera on here, right? And you can switch it so that if you have an iPhone, at least there's a camera embedded on the front of your phone, so you can hit it to switch. So now it is showing your face. And part of video prospecting is there's 2 ways to do this. The first is if you have a pretty good relationship with someone, meaning that you've been in contact with them in the last probably 3 months, you can probably just go right into a normal video that we're going to show you. But if you haven't talked to them in at least 3 months, you might have to kind of warm them up, meaning say, hey Bill, haven't seen you in a while. One thing we talked about doing in one of our training sessions was if you're in an environment that reminds you of them, like, hey, I was just at the grocery store and I saw these cucumbers here and I actually thought about you and how you made this wonderful cucumber salad, right? It's being more organic and real and raw with the type of video you do. So assuming you're in contact with them and have had a relationship with them in the last 3 months, the type of video that I would do is use this idea that you are learning as a way to communicate with people. So I'm just going to use the name Bob. So it's like, hey Bob, Chris here. I've been learning how to make video now and I wanted to test one out on you. It's been something I've been trying to do and I thought it'd be fun to send you one and see what you thought. Then the second thing I like to incorporate is something unique and interesting about them that you think is valuable. So it might be like, hey Bob, I know that you have that great garden in your backyard and I've been working on some stuff with sharing messaging online and I was thinking about you and your garden. I thought, I bet there's a lot of people that are interested in gardening online that you could share what you've learned with. So the idea is to identify something they have that's valuable that could be shared on the internet, right? And later on, we'll show you how that weaves into things. But the idea is first to say, hey, I'm just practicing some video, wanted to reconnect with you. I was thinking about something about you that's valuable, and I've been learning how to share messages online, and so I thought that you might be interested, because I think there's also a way that you can get paid to do it. There's, the internet is set up largely for people to make money, The make money part is probably the hardest part to bring up in the sequence. The way that I like to bring it up is I say there's a way to be compensated for it, blah, 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 blah. I think what you do is valuable, and if you share it on the internet, there's a way for you to get compensated to do that. And so if you want to come explore that with me, let me know. I'd love to talk to you more. So the 3 components of it are you are introducing yourself, telling them you're learning something new, using a new piece of technology. The second is that you share something that you think is valuable about them. And it may be that it's the journey they're on. It could be that, hey, I know you just had a baby and you're working to get your old body back. And I actually think that's really valuable and people love watching a progression story. I think that, that's something you could share. There's a lot of people on the internet that love content and there's a way to get compensated to do it. And that's what we're exploring with this group I'm with. So I'd love for you to come check out what we're doing and give me your feedback on what you think, right? So you invite them to give you your feedback and see what they think. Even harder invites are to invite them to a group call, invite them to a group session, or ask them if they're open to a call with one of your business associates to talk to them about it. But for me, it's just more get their feedback. Hey, how would you feel about sharing some stuff online? How would you feel about giving me feedback with the stuff that I'm sharing? And part of the cool thing about these videos, I've done about 200 of these in my professional career and started doing these as outreach methods, is I get better at it and I kind of learn what works for people. So a lot of this is kind of giving you a framework, trying it out and getting people's feedback and seeing what resonates and what doesn't with them. But the most important thing is that you give it a shot. So after you finish filming the video, click your video and then click the upload button, and it should give you some options. You can message it, mail it, share it to your iCloud if you're on an iPhone, or the one that you want to do is click on YouTube. You can then log into your YouTube account and you can upload the video to YouTube and put a description in there saying like, hey Bill, you know, long time no see, Bill, love your garden. And then there's 3 settings on YouTube: unlisted, public, and private. Public means anyone can view your video. It can be indexed into Google, meaning people can search and find it. The second, which is unlisted, means that anybody with the link can view the video. So only people with the link can view it. The third is private, which means you have to add their email for them to see it, because they'd have to log into their YouTube account through that email to view your video. So if it's something sensitive, like if you mention something sensitive about someone, you could make it private, but most likely you'll want to click it as unlisted, meaning only people with the link can share it. Then give them the link and say, hey Bill, was thinking about you and I made a little video. I've been learning how to do video. Check it out, let me know what you think. And then it's you going blah, 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 right? The second phase of this is that you then can send them other assets. So after they watch the video, if they text you back or hit you back on whatever social media chat you're using or email or whatever it is, and they say, hey Bill, so if you send them the video and they send back to you and say, hey Chris, thanks for the video, that was really fun, that seems interesting, you could say, well, I would love to send you another video or jump on a call. So we have other assets you can send people. We're going to be making other videos, PDFs you can send people, group calls, live chat. So the idea is after you send them that first prospecting video to then invite them to a secondary asset, be either a call, a video, a group chat, something like that, for them to learn more about what's going on. In addition to this, we're always looking to create other ways to help recruit people. So as we develop those assets, we'll give those to you. But the challenge is that every week you should have a goal to make 1 to 10 of these videos. And rather than just doing it all at once, I think what you should do is, I call it raising the antenna of awareness, is when you are in certain environments and in certain places, at parties or out at the grocery store, at the mall, and something comes into your mind about someone, because that's what happens, your mind will be triggered by this. Be like, I know Bill really likes these pewter statues. And you could be like, hey Bill, here's one of these cool little statues that you like. And I was thinking about you and your cool garden, and I'm learning this stuff about sharing online. And I think there's a way to be compensated for it. I'd love for you to come check out what we're doing, because I think you have something to share of value. Would you be open to learning more? Let me know, otherwise it would just be cool to reconnect with you. So use your environment to your advantage with video. Lastly, if you've stuck with me, thank you. We're also doing Facebook Live as part of our strategies. So this is a great way to warm you up to doing some more social media type video content. So if you've been nervous about doing Facebook Live and doing some of those other video things we're doing, this is an easy way to do it. And if you're nervous about it, try doing video to just family members. I even told someone just to do it to your dog. If you're nervous, just do it to your dog, Fluffy. Hey Fluffy, you're such a cute dog. Just practice doing it and getting it out of your system. So many people don't understand that when you're learning a new task or something new, you have to start at the beginning. There's no way around it. So the first videos are going to be bumbly. They're not going to be good. You're going to have to learn this process. The most important thing is all of this is geared towards helping people on your team replicate the same thing. So by you going through this process and doing it, you can invite others to follow your example. So get out there and do it. Get your first one out of the way. As soon as you get done watching this video, I'm sure someone came to your mind, someone did it. Pull out your phone and just get it out of the way. Send it to your wife, send it to your husband, send it to your son, your dog, your friend, something. Just do like a super easy one. You can just say, hey, I wanted to make you a video and see if this worked. Upload to YouTube and send to them, right? The key is to start momentum with it. So this is an awesome strategy. I have used it to make a lot of money in my professional career, and it's a very powerful tool for prospecting and reaching out to people in a very non-threatening, value-added way. So dive in and get it done.